Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into episode number 44 of Playing with House Money. I am Ice. You can find me on Twitter at Iceman_1013. And this guy right here, right there, is my co-host DJ Prue at PrueBaby10. How are you doing this afternoon, my man?
I'm doing wonderful now. Got some things off my chest this morning.
Yep.
So yeah, now I'm ready to take on the week. Fresh slate, new man, new mindset.
Yeah, that's it. For those of you that don't know,
all the fake rah-rah I got a lot of my fucking self about.
If you don't know, we the Playing with House Money present Who Pissed Off Prue, our recap show of last week, where it basically turns into a DJ Prue therapy session where he gets everything off his chest about who pissed him off the weekend.
Yeah, but don't say it like that though, because ultimately, I'm giving the people explanation as to, I know it wasn't the right read after it played out, but it was the right read, and this is why, because motherfuckers are stupid. Sometimes you overcompensate for, how stupid you think some of these people aren't. So it's not just me, complaining. It is, but it's not at the same time. So yeah, just come check it out.
That went live a few hours ago. Check it out on Playing with House Money YouTube channel at PW_House Money. Please, while you're there, check it out. Like, subscribe. Get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have our brand new college football show. Playing with House Money present the Frat House. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow afternoon as well on Twitter, we are going to have Playing with the Soccer Gambling Cognoscenti Friday Club Live is going to be tomorrow afternoon, Friday afternoon. So catch us there. That's where you're going to find everything Playing with House Money. Find us on Twitter. There, Prue's is over there. Mine, like I said, at Iceman_1013. At PW_House Money. Find us there. We'll be posting all weekend, all different types of sports. But yeah, the YouTube channel is where it's at. Catch the recap. And hey, tonight, some decent, again, dare I say two in a row.
Go knock on your wall. Go knock on one of your walls.
Or I'll knock on my desk.
All right. Yeah.
Touch
before, like you said though, yeah, come check out the college show, the Frat House. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that. It was kind of hard to squeeze college football in last year with everything. People I feel like a lot of people were overwhelmed when it was all mushed into one. And then also, yeah, I mean, come kick it with me and Ice while we get some things off our chest and explain, why we aren't millionaires. So
yet.
It's a work in progress. This time. We're not millionaires this time. So come check us out. Definitely hop on the YouTube, because even if you missed the posts, like the posts that we make with the plays, you wouldn't need them. You wouldn't need them if you just went and checked it out, went and kicked it with us. It's 15 minutes. 20 minutes. So yeah, but tonight I'm glad you knocked on your desk, because it does have the potential. But do we expect to see, a fast-paced week 2 between two dynamic offenses? No, because we know better. And
yeah,
we do know good looks.
We do know better, but there is the potential for some nice.
Oh man,
some nice lines in here.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be honest. Even Josh Allen's past few games with Miami have been just crazy. So. Yeah, I like it. I like the potential. It has a high ceiling, but there's a couple really fine details in this matchup that really make me shy away from how I think it's going to go. And then if it's not, I don't even bother looking at Tyreek's lines. Just same as last week, because and I know he ended up hitting it, but I don't care. I'm not.
Yeah.
108.5 and shit like that. I'd rather not have to deal with, but. We got some good lines after I kind of analyzed the matchup. The one thing about this is the set of DBs on both of these teams, just you could really get a good game out of them especially if you get a high, you can hide some of your scheme early, maybe get a couple, maybe get a turnover, a couple good 3-and-outs. Like both of these back fours have that type of potential. And then it's like young receiving core in Buffalo, even though they did show up. Shout out to my boy Keon. He led Buffalo in targets last week and receptions. But I don't expect that to be able to be the case this week. You got Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey being the type of corner he is and being able to move around and stuff like that, like it makes you're building your DB room and the schemes you can run just that much easier. It's insane how much easier having a guy back there like him can make it. So, and then Buffalo, man, they didn't give up many passing yards. I think like 162 to Arizona, and they were getting, let's be honest, boned most of the game. So I don't know. I don't know about the lines for this game, but what did you find in this one?
Well, you kind of touched on it very briefly. Just Josh Allen's last handful of games against the Dolphins. You get a good line on this for the fact that as you just mentioned, like that week 1, it was a kind of scrappy game.
He had to put the team on his on his back at one point.
Rush and scored the touchdowns, but like passing wise, he was not the Josh Allen that you kind of necessarily expected. And for that reason, you get a fairly decent line for his passing yards, plus what you mentioned about the Miami defense. His last 4 games against Miami, he has gone over 300 passing yards.
Oh, I believe it.
This is not postseason games; it's regular season games. Last 4 regular season. I'm very sure he did in the postseason game last season as well.
Yeah, but it's cold.
Yeah,
it's cold. We're running the ball. We're running the ball in the playoffs. So I wouldn't even have took that. I would have took that with a grain of salt.
I know. Yeah. So last 4 regular season games over 300 yards, and the highest of those 2 are the 2 games in Miami.
Yeah,
which is what this one is, and it's 359 and 400.
Don't get me wrong. You can take that every week.
Yeah,
you can take that every week. I couldn't call you wrong no matter what. I couldn't say that I didn't agree with it.
You get plus money for 250 passing yards.
Swear.
So I'm probably going to play the ladder.
Huh. Plus money.
Yeah,
for 250.
Plus 104 for 250 Josh Allen passing yards. Yeah.
What is it for 300? Plus 5?
Plus 380 on DK.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So the ladder.
The ladder up to 350 on FanDuel is plus 1,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like 250 at plus money. That's a tight spread. But yeah, I love that though, because he's definitely one of those guys that can go for 4. But who's the guy? Who's the guy that does it for me? Khalil Shakir, maybe? Because I don't know if you saw Dalton Kincaid's game, like if you ended up seeing any of those plays. Bro, at one point he's getting 4 guys. You're seeing a zone that 4 guys are literally just staring at Dalton Kincaid in the middle of the field. So like people are going to make that known. I don't hate Dawson Knox. That's just something right off the top of my head right now, this second that I thought of. But
that's the question, right? Like that is the problem. Like none of these receivers for the Bills have a line even close to 50 yards.
And this the thing is, like, how do the other 3 get open?
Yeah.
When they decide who is the receiver, likely Keon Coleman because of his size, that they put on an island with Jalen.
Yeah.
So like it's going to be 4-on-3 the rest of the game, no matter what. At least they're going to leave Jalen on an island completely. So you're going to gain that safety. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough sledding for that. I try to stay away from that as much as possible. I love James Cook, his rushing line. His rushing line's at 53.5, my boy. Minus, I think it was like minus 120, 160 maybe, actually. I don't care. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it either way. And then I know everybody is going to go with Tyreek, and you're not wrong, but you just need him to go bonkers every time. I like Jalen Waddle for 60 plus.
Yeah.
I don't think that's asking a lot. We had the scare last week when he left the game, came back, ended up playing phenomenally. So I think that you're going to have to see teams just try to constantly take away Tyreek. I know you can't double both, and you can't really double one or the other. They're going to kill you. And Jalen Waddle's obviously fully capable, but it's early in the season. People just saw Tyreek in the news and with 80-yard touchdowns still, and hilarious celebrations. So I think you're still going to get that shade to him no matter what. I like Waddle for 60 plus. And then if you guys listened this morning, I was mad at Mike McDaniel earlier, and last Sunday, but obviously as news has broken about Miami's running back core, they're a little banged up. Snap counts for at least one of them, I'm pretty sure.
Mostert's already out.
Mostert's out. I was going to say, I couldn't remember which.
Definitely out, yeah.
Mostert's already out.
A-Chain's game time decision.
A-Chain is banged up. He was literally riddled with injuries all last season. So, and he's obviously Mike McDaniel's new sports car. So he's going to be taken care of. I like Jeff Wilson anytime touchdown at plus 190. And then
you're very unlikely to get anywhere near that now that on Thursday afternoon, right?
Like, sorry, y'all.
If you can still find that value anywhere, like,
I mean, realistically, I don't know. I mean, we found out he was out Wednesday. I got 190 Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't care, whatever it is. It could be minus 150. It could be minus 150, run it. Just run it. I think we're all expecting the passing. It's a Thursday night game. Yeah. So I like that. And then obviously, hey, I told you I'm going to run this every week that they give it to me. I do not care. Khalil Shakir, 40 plus. The fact that it's still like basically his line makes absolutely no sense to me. So yeah, I'll use that all year, especially in this matchup too. Matter of fact, because he's going to be everything underneath his speed. Hopefully Jalen is taking care of Keon at that point.
Yeah.
And not having to run around the field with a slot. But
that's the thing, right? Like I said, you've got, Josh Allen's passing yard line at 245, and then you have FanDuel right now today, Wednesday night, have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 players listed for receiving yards. Two of them are Dolphins.
Yeah.
Seven of them are Bills. And you got 40, 20, like 3 of them are under 20 yards. Like James Cook's line is 19. Curtis
Dawson
Samuel,
Knox is like
18.
12 and a half, isn't he?
12 and a half for Dawson Knox. And the one I actually sneaky do like is Matt Collins, 17.5.
Oh, I love that.
His TD is plus 410. And I know he scored week 1. And to expect him to go back-to-back games is a big ask.
No, not really.
He spent 3 seasons in Miami.
No, not really. Isn't he like 6'4"?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like from a previous like career perspective, like, but this is the revenge game narrative. He's back. He spent 3 years at Miami.
See, that's the thing, though. We watched Josh Allen not give Stephon Diggs the ball all last season. Like, bro, he don't care. That man is throwing it to that big target in the red zone, or he's running that bitch in. He either about to truck somebody, or he about to throw a fade route, or like, what I'm saying, a deep ball to a tall guy. Mac Hollins is good for that. He's even good for like the random 55-yard post over the. So I love that 410. I do love that. Hell yeah.
So that's the one. Like, again, if I'm going with Josh Allen 250 passing yards, then Khalil Shakir or Dalton Kincaid both plus money for 50. I prefer the Shakir line.
What's Dawson Knox touchdown?
Dawson Knox for a touchdown is plus 550.
That's my dart of the week.
There you
go. You heard it here first. You'll probably only hear it her because shit.
Matt Collins is plus 420 now. Just FYI.
420 blaze it.
Yeah.
420 blaze it, my friend. He just was on Good Morning Football all week about the M&M water or some shit. I don't know. Hey, whatever. I don't care if he's doing Dr. Sebi treatments. Just get in the end zone for us for that plus 420. He's good at.
But yeah, and yours, what, like you're running the the 4-leg Waddle, Cook, Shakir, and the Wilson anytime touchdown?
Yes, plus 1,300.
Won't be 1,300 on Thursday, but
it won't be 1,300 on Thursday. But that 1,300 is without the boost.
Okay, yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
Hey,
you get some.
All I do is what the people need. So that's before the boost. We'll probably get like 8. We'll probably get like 850 maybe. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, it does depend on what news comes out.
And realistically, I don't hate like going Cook 60 rushing yards, or like adding Dawson Knox 12.5. Like there are ways to make the odds, a little bit more fun for the people that, want to be pissed twice, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. And yeah, I know the odds have changed, but hopefully not too much. It's only been 24 hours.
Yeah.
So now these ones may change. The ones that I got for Sunday for the people. Now these might change, and I'm sorry to tell you, but
that's part of what we do. And people know that we record this show. It goes out on a Thursday. The games are on Sunday. So hey, biggest thing, right, is if we're talking about a spread and let's just take, I don't know, what am I looking at right now? What's your favorite game this weekend that you're looking at for the spread? What games did you look at?
For the spread? Did you just say the spread?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't look up a single spread.
Oh, okay.
I got player props. I got player props for the people, buddy. I'm locked in. Locked in. That's why these odds are going to be different, people. You can't be mad at me. I'm locked in. That's why you hear. Why else you even trying to listen or even tell me? You know what I'm saying?
All right. So
we locked in. So yeah, let's get it. I don't know what spread you talking about. You can do that.
But no, what I was saying is that if we're saying on a Thursday that the spread is minus 7.5 in favor of San Francisco, for example, 49ers are actually minus 6.5 as of Wednesday night when we record it. If all of a sudden on the Sunday when you come to place your bets, it's now minus 4.5, then that tells you a lot about where the money's gone.
Yeah.
And you should probably play the other side.
Yeah.
If you're playing the straight and you're playing it safe, like you should pay attention to where that money goes and that changing the spreads. But there's also a lot to be said about player news changing the spreads. And Christian McCaffrey is going to swing that one way or another. If he's come out today and said that he came out and said that he'd be ready.
Bro, he's not playing.
But then I know Shanahan's talking about asking him whether he wants to go on IR.
This is why the odds changing and stuff like that. I didn't even think about it until until you mentioned it. Because why? Because I'm not going to be putting my money on Christian McCaffrey playing simply because I know Christian McCaffrey's worth $500 million right now to San Francisco at whatever age he's at. I think like 32 already, but it doesn't matter. He's the white hope. I don't think he's going to play at all. I think this is going to be the one time we see Kyle Shanahan care about Christian McCaffrey's body, because I know you remember me saying that, having that rant last year, like,
yeah,
bro, what are you trying to do here? You know what I'm saying? But I think this is one of those injuries that it's week 2. The undrafted free agent had a great game. Offense didn't, miss a beat. Purdy has some really good passes. They had some good motion. So like that, yeah, I could understand. But as far as the spread changing or like the odds changing, realistically, without a pretty big injury update, like I don't see many of the things that I have that would change. Luckily, because I am kind of factoring that in there as well. Sorry if you guys hear my dogs barking. I do kind of factor that in as well, because I don't even want to risk like flipping the wrong side of that coin or getting the wrong side of the coin. So yeah, I kind of went away from those, like, kind of custom player props. So you can, I'm changing though, guys. Yeah, you guys can even just hit me up. I'll have an extra one for you. But my favorite one for Sunday, probably just betting wise, in this early slate, probably the Jacksonville game.
And what do you want with the Jacksonville?
I like Tank Bigsby everything. Just He's not even listed purposely. They have ETN listed, and it's like, I know why you guys are doing that. He looked horrible. He just looked super clumsy. He just looked really clumsy, and I think that against that defense, it's going to have somebody that's shifty and can just hit the hole, see the hole, hit the hole, and Bigsby showed that he's clearly the more decisive runner. I wouldn't really say like my boy Pacheco, but like he has a similar vision and he doesn't hesitate. So like, I really do love his over. His rushing line shouldn't be too crazy too, because obviously he's still RB2. That's probably my favorite one of the week. But there's a couple that I do really like, actually, like Lamar Jackson going for a touchdown this week, because you're not fooling me, buddy. You are not fooling me, buddy. I know I've seen this one before. So those are probably my two favorite games to find mismatches in right now. And those two players, I think I'm just those four.
I think the Ravens, I don't see the Ravens allowing themselves to go 0-2 against this Raiders team coming into Baltimore. No.
Yeah, no. Lamar's pissed. And obviously they have the next great, amazing Hall of Fame tight end in Isaiah Likely, because like, what the hell? Matchup nightmare. I didn't know that he was that fast. I knew he was fast, but like I didn't know he was that fast. So yeah, I expect a big game out of them. I think Lamar's going to ball out. So he's definitely going to run one in. This is going to be one of those defenses. Max Crosby tries to get him in the backfield or something, and he just breaks off for 60. So
yeah,
I like your boy this week too.
Yeah,
JT. I like a JT touchdown this week, John Taylor. I do. I don't usually do touchdowns either. It's not really my thing. I like Lamar Jackson. I feel like both of these are really super obvious, I guess, but I like Lamar Jackson. I like Jonathan Taylor, both touchdowns. You do take Bigsby and literally everything.
I mean, you say that like, what do you classify as super obvious?
I think
they're both. You get plus money on both of those.
Yeah, because of the over exaggeration of Derrick Henry and
the Green Bay defense
and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like, I get it, but it's week one. It was week one. This is just one of those things where like, I feel like because it didn't happen last week, like, and people took it, like they're not going to take it this week because they're like mad about week one. And then it hits like Lamar's going to have 2 and fucking Jonathan Taylor's going to have 3 and like 138 yards. Like, so like, dude, everybody let's see a couple weeks. These offensive coordinators think they're Albert Einstein and can fucking, their first 15 of the game sets up a whole play call of mess and stuff like that. You're going to see everything even out and do what you expect to see week one. So I love Jonathan Taylor. I love Lamar Jackson and almost everything this week, except maybe just like a ton of passing yards. But that, and then another guy that I expect to kind of bounce back is Garrett Wilson. Kind of disappeared and then closed the game. But you can tell Aaron wants to get him the ball. It's just, he's only looking to that. He's only looking to his left side. For one thing, I don't know if you saw his passing chart, but he's only looking to his left side. He obviously has his buddy in Alan Lazard, which I think is a every week smash 2 at those lines that they're giving you. I think like 30 plus still, 3.5 catches or something like that. So, but I think everybody knows on the Jets that you have to get Breece Hall the ball, you have to get Garrett Wilson the ball. So I expect to see a big bounce back week to him. I think Aaron is actually going to like force feed him like he would Devontae in those situations, or even like Jordy Nelson back in the day to get everything rolling. So I really like Garrett Wilson at over 5.5 receptions. It's 69.5 too is his receiving line. So yeah. Or no, sorry, 59.5 is his receiving line. 69.5 is plus money. I'd rather take that. I think it's plus 120. When I saw it, it probably won't be, but yeah.
Yeah, no, mine. So that's the player props. I'll have some player props on Sunday. Today I just have some money lines.
And actually, I forgot. I had all of those lines on DraftKings except for Tank Bigsby's rushing that I'm going to add. Yep. The 4 leg without Tank plus 2049. So plus 2,000 for those 4 all day. Lamar touchdown, Taylor touchdown, Wilson over. Oh, I skipped one of my favorites. And I don't know. Oh, I got a muff in here. Sorry. My favorite. Terry McLaurin. You know what his receiving line is? His reception line right now?
No.
4.5. 4.5. You see who they play?
Yeah, the Giants.
Yeah. Terry McLaurin. Like, this is going to be just one of those fun games. The rookie gets to come out, have a good game, have fun, nice stat line. Everybody kind of overpraises, and then the Washington Commanders are the Washington Commanders. So, I love Terry McLaurin this week. That's one of my favorites as well. That's the 4th for the 2049.
I like it a lot. Like I said, mine is there's a lot of again, we know it's week 2. There's a lot of big favorites.
Yeah.
This week, like a lot of mismatches. Like what should be on paper, obviously Vegas telling us are mismatches, and like when you go 6 legs, it's asking a lot for you picking 6 teams that are going to win. But I don't expect the Saints to come out and do to the Cowboys what the Saints did last week. I don't expect Derek Carr to go back to back. So
not at all. That's the only reason he's so confusing. Dude, a couple of his passes yesterday blew my mind. Like, yeah, that's why he has a starting job. Like, that's why he still has a job, because he does that and then just confuses the hell out of you the rest of the season. You're like, what the fuck happened? Like,
so
you drunk?
You've got the Cowboys at home to the Saints. 49ers in Minnesota, which we kind of touched on, even without CMC this week. Yeah. They're 7-point favorites, taking them on the money. These are all money line, by the way. Cowboys are 7-point favorites. 49ers 7-point favorites. Chargers going into Carolina. Like Bryce Young. Bryce Young is, I don't know.
First pass attempt. Interception.
Yeah. Like Chargers are 6-point favorites. Ravens, who you've touched on, are 9-point favorites at home to the Raiders. Again, taking the money lines. Colts going into Green Bay without Jordan Love. What does that look like if Malik Willis is getting the start?
I mean, it's almost a given that he is.
Yeah.
If he comes out in balls, bro, yeah, I don't know. LaFleur might just be him for real. Because, like, what the hell is going on in Green Bay's quarterback factory?
And then again, the other one, the 6th one is the one you've already touched on again. The Commanders at home to the Giants. Just Daniel Jones. I don't know what's going on with the Giants.
He reminds me of like a combination of like Dwight Schrute and the big, who's the big Kevin? I hope that was his name.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? This is like he's like a combination of them. And then half, I don't know, he has like a quarter Eli Manning in him or some shit for that gaze. For like the gaze he does when he turns the ball over. Like, it's like I don't know how they do it. He's a culmination of bad just combos. Like,
that's and not it's a just good combination.
I don't know. Unfortunately for Brian Dabble, like, he does just have a rocket attached to his shoulder, but sometimes it's just inaccurate and can't see the field. So that New York's gonna have a hard season. New York's gonna have a hard season dealing with him. So
so those six money lines is plus 890. And if you take out the two that are, well, in my opinion, the Commanders are 1.5 point favorites. If you take Washington money line out, and the other one that gives me the most kind of concern is the Chargers, because I don't know that I fully trust the Chargers.
I feel like every single last one of those are a concern because of the large point spread.
Yeah, but I'm taking the money lines, right?
I know, and you know who you're talking to right now. You know who you're talking to right now. 6 money lines, right? You know how I would have to be shit-faced and just be like, fuck it, I'm running money lines, because you know how I am about money lines. Like, I have a deep hatred for them in any sport, not even just football. So I'm biased. I can't really touch on it. Obviously, I do agree with them because it's like you got 6 money lines of like heavy favorites. Almost everybody's a heavy favorite this week. Surprisingly, the least heavy is probably the one I'm most confident about in Washington.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I know what you could do though.
What?
You could take the upset in prime time because I don't expect to see so much flustered quarterback play and inaccuracy and seeing the game that Indianapolis gave CJ Stroud and where he struggled, when he struggled. I don't know, man. This Bears defense, I don't know. That cornerback tandem had their way with it. I don't know if you saw Jalen Johnson's quote, belt to ass, like, it's bad. Kyler Gordon changes that entire defensive back room. Jaquan Brisker flies. That defense is nasty, especially with how well Andrew Billings and Darrell played on the line. So I think if Caleb can just settle in, the four drops that they had, the 2 just touchdown overthrows, a couple of those pan out, I don't hate it. I don't hate it for the odds, at least.
Yeah. Plus 220 you got on the money line there. Plus 6.5. Plus 6.5 on the spread, which
I love the 6.5 simply because of the defense. And then DeMeco Ryans obviously great defensive coach. I would not doubt that it does end up being a slugfest. I just don't see Stroud, even with that high-powered offense, just gashing that defense the way I think people are probably expecting because it's Chicago. Yeah, dude, it wasn't just Will Levis. That's one thing I will say. It wasn't just Will Levis. That defense is flying. The defensive line looked good, and that defensive backfield is scary. So, yeah, I don't hate it. 220, I don't hate it. I love the 6.5 too. So yeah.
Sounds good. Well, tomorrow, Friday, catch our brand new show. As we've mentioned, Playing with House Money present The Frat House, where DJ Prue Mountain State and I will be talking some of the weekend's top college football action. And then don't miss the newest episode of the Soccer Gambling Cognoscenti. Again, Friday Club Live.
Listen to the man. Especially do not miss that.
That's going 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. That will go live on Twitter, on the YouTube channel at PW_housemoney. If you're there, please like, subscribe. It's where you're going to find all of our content this year. And then, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hit us up on Twitter. It's the same at PW_housemoney. Let us know what you're tailing, what you're fading, and what you're playing. And we will see you next Thursday when we're playing with more house money.
Yeah, after the live. Get your asses to the live. Later.